Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. So our lesson for today is about the probability of dependent and independent events. So, ibigay natin ang kahulugan ng bawat isa. Ano nga ba ang independent events? Two events are independent if the occurrence of one of the events gives us no information about whether or not the other event will occur. That is, the events have no influence on each other. So dito daw class, sa independent event, kapag yung unang event ay hindi naka-apekto sa second event, yun ang tinatawag na independent events. Example, buying a lottery ticket and having a child with blue eyes. The first event is buying a lottery ticket. And the second event is having a child with blue eyes. Kung titingnan natin yung statement, wala namang kinalaman yung pagbili mo ng lottery ticket sa pagkakaroon ng anak na may blue eyes, di ba? So, since the first event has no effect to the second event, therefore, the statement is an independent or the two events is an independent event. Next, drawing a card from a deck and getting a queen. That will be your first event. Replacing it and drawing a second card and getting a king. So, dun sa unang event, you get a queen. Sa second event, you draw the second card by getting a king. But in between the two events, meron tayong word na replacing it. Pinalitan mo yung kinuha mong queen. So, hindi siya naka-apekto sa second draw of card, which is getting a king. Therefore, the two events is independent event. Now, ano naman ang dependent events? When the outcome of one event affects the outcome of another event, they are dependent events. Yan. Kapag yung unang event daw ay naka-apekto sa susunod na event, ang tawag naman sa mga events na yun ay dependent. Sila naman yung tinatawag na dependent events. Example, parking in a no parking zone and getting a parking ticket. O, nag-park ka sa no parking zone, then the second event, you get a parking ticket. Do you think there is a relationship between the two events? Meron, di ba? Obviously, pag nag-park ka sa no parking zone, ang posibilidad niyan, magkaroon ka ng parking ticket. Next example. 3 cards are drawn from a deck without replacement. O, may 3 card kang kinuha mula dun sa deck of cards, pero hindi mo pinapalitan kada kuha mo ng card. Since the word without replacement, the second event will be affected because of the first event. So therefore, this event is an example of dependent event. Now, next, let us see this example. Tingnan natin siya. A basket contains 6 apples, 5 bananas, 4 oranges, and 5 guavas. Dominic randomly chooses 1 piece of fruit, eats it, and chooses another piece of fruit. So, kapag inanalyze natin yung problem, yung basket daw, ilang prutas mayroon dun sa basket. Meron 6 apples, plus 5 bananas, plus 4 oranges, and 5 guavas. So, pag pinag-add natin, meron tayong 20 different kinds of fruits in a basket. Ang first event, Dominic randomly chooses 1 piece of fruit, eats it. Sa unang event, ilan yung bilang ng prutas? Diba? 20. Since Dominic choose 1 piece of fruit and eats it, sa second event, ilan na lang ang natitirang prutas? Diba? Meron na lang 19. So, nagkaroon na ng epekto dun sa second event because of the first event. Yan yung tinatawag nating dependent. Naintindihan? So, tingnan natin dito. Let us practice. Tossing a coin and drawing a card from a deck. O, sa tingin nyo, may epekto yung pagtus mo ng coin, then you draw a card from a deck. Di ba separate event naman sila kung titingnan? So, this is an example of independent event. Smoking excessively and having a lung cancer. O, sa tingin mo, pag nagparasisigarilyo ka, hindi ka magkakaroon ng lung cancer. Possible, di ba? possible na magkaroon ka ng lung cancer. So there is an effect to the second event. So this is an example of dependent event. Drawing a ball from an urn, not replacing it, and then drawing a second ball. Yan. So ano yung keyword between the two event? So may word siyang not replacing it, hindi pinalitan. So may epekto na siya dun sa second draw for the second ball. So this is an example of dependent event. Next, Nick has 4 black pens, 3 blue pens, and 2 red pens in his school bag. Nick randomly picks 2 pens out of his bag, but he replaced the first pen back in his pocket before choosing a second pen. Kita nyo? So, si Nick daw, meron siyang 4 na black ball pens, 3 blue pens, and 2 red pens. Ilan lahat na ball pen meron si Nick? Meron siya lahat 4 plus 3, 7 plus 2, 9. Then si Nick, kukuha siya ng 2 ball pen sa bag. Sa unang pagkuha niya ng pen, pinalitan niya. So, yung 9, para sa second pick niya, 9 pa rin. Kasi, nag-replace naman siya after niyang kunin yung first pen. So, the event is an example of independent event. Nakita niyo? So, magkaroon lang tayo ng sum up. Ang independent event, yung 2 event na yung first event ay walang epekto o hindi magbibigay ng epekto dun sa mga susunod na event. Pero ang dependent event, yung first event, meron siyang effect dun sa second and the followed event. Intindihan? Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.